Have you ever come across women who are just so beautiful? Like, that one girl who looks so beautiful, so charismatic, so put together. And there's just something about her that's very magnetic. And you look at her and you feel that, a little that you wish you had some of her confidence, some of her charisma. You kind of wish you looked like her a little bit. Those women I call that girl. So when I say that girl, I'm not talking about her makeup, her looks, but I'm talking more about her mindset, the way she deals with the world, and the way she composes herself. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Shweta, and in today's video, we'll be breaking down that girl makeup and mindset. I'm sure you all have also come across a lot of that girls in your life, whether they're amazing, beautiful YouTubers or fictional characters from your favorite show. Some of my favorite that girls are women who are so inspiring to me. So in today's video, I'll be breaking down what makes them so alluring, what is their mindset, and how do they get that makeup look. So let's get started. Let's begin. So I'll start off with my primer. I've taken 2 drops. Next step. People think that being that girl includes looking put together. Yes, part of it. But they only think that being that girl means looking very beautiful, looking very effortless. But they don't understand that when it comes to being that girl, the most important part is your mindset. If you don't have the energy, if you don't have the mindset, if you don't have the composure of being that girl, then no matter how good you look, and your energy will speak more than your makeup. The thing that stands out the most when we talk about that girl is that she's very intentional. If you have realized you're those kind of women that you look up to, they don't do things randomly. They're very intentional with how they behave, what they do. And next step. So when we're talking about that girl, one thing you need to understand is that she does not chase. She's very secure with what she wants. She knows who are her people, what are her goals, and she especially knows one thing which is the most important to her, and that is herself. Our next step, concealer. One thing you must have also noticed about those women who are very admired, they're a bit short of themselves. The way they move, the way they speak, it's very intentional, it's very thought out, it's very calm. I think that is why their energy is so magnetic. If you do not trust yourself, then the other person is not going to trust you either. And now you must be thinking that how does one get there? How does one get to a place where they are very sure of themselves, where their energy is also as calm and composed as their outside is? That's a process. Our next step, bronzer. There was once a time where I did everything right on paper. I would dress well. If we're talking about my college, I would always look put together. I would always complete all my assignments. I was the topper in class. But on the inside, I was very underconfident. I used to think that I was stupid and ugly. It feels very fictional, feels very false, that how could I think that? But there was a time where I felt like I'm very undeserving, I'm not enough. And because of the way I was feeling, I started overthinking a lot. And because of how I felt, because of how undeserving and incomplete I felt, I started overgiving to people. I started thinking that maybe if I, spent all my time with them, maybe if I did their assignment, I made them, feel good about themselves, they would like me better. And because of that, I started chasing people, their validation, and when someone wouldn't compliment me like I wanted them to, I would feel very bad about myself and I would feel very stupid. Our next step is eyeshadow. This is a Swiss Beauty makeup palette. I don't know if it's visible. So this was my first eyeshadow palette. I have been using it and it's one of the most pigmented ones. I love the colors. So I'll be using this for the that girl, smoky eye kind of look. Because of how much I was chasing other people's validation, their love, I had completely forgotten myself, my needs, what I liked, and I had gotten into the wrong group of people per se. When I say wrong group of people, I mean to say that the kind of people who don't care about you, who are just there with you, who just hang out with you for entertainment and not because they think you're a friend or so. This is one of the darkest phases of my life. Because of that, you know, there was a little quarrel in the group that happened, and I ended up being on the bad side of it. And because of that, I had anxiety attacks and panic attacks. And I'm sure that most of you are able to relate with what I'm saying when I say that when you're with the wrong group of people, you end up like becoming the worst version of yourself. When that group fell apart and when things went so wrong for me that my mental health deteriorated, I think that was required in my life. Like, that lesson really helped me become the person I am today. Most importantly, here I would like to give credit that during the worst days of my life, during those days, that phase, I started watching the Wizard list, and I don't know if this will ever reach to her, but she saved my life. She really did. Like, her videos, her mindset, her perspective really impacted me, and she's one of the biggest reasons that I am the person I am today, and I'm very grateful for her. So just create shadows on the corners of your eyes. So after watching the Wizard List's video, I started, you know, really pondering and choosing myself. I would say a group of people that I used to be so mesmerized with, just chase around them, I just stopped talking to them. And I think the part that gave me the most clarity was that when I stopped talking to them or reaching out to them or wanting to meet them, none of them ever contacted me. They never reached out to me, they never messaged me to check in about how I was doing. And I think that was, you know, that moment of clarity where I just knew that distancing myself from them was one of the best decisions I have made. So the whole thing about becoming that girl is knowing when to, you know, set your boundaries. It's knowing when to choose yourself, and it's about always keeping yourself as the first priority. So my eyeshadow is done. I have done like a messy smoky eye with a little wing detailing. My next step is eyeliner. When it comes to eyeliner, I really prefer doing like a wing liner, a little bit of a cat eye. While you're still in the process of becoming that girl, you choose something to do for yourself every single day. Every single day, you're supposed to do a little gesture or a little thoughtful thing for yourself, only for yourself. So I've done a little winged eyeliner on both the sides, but I have recently developed doing a little on the inner corners of my eyelid to make my eyes look bigger. So it's kind of like a cat eye that I'm going for right now. As you can see, I have lined the inner corners of my eyes and kind of just dragged my eyeliner a little out, and I think that gives me like a very feline look, which I really like. So once the eyeliner is done, this is my next step, that is Kajal. I really like lining my eyes, so we'll just go in with that. So when I say that do little acts for yourself, I mean you can do simple things like maybe one day watch your favorite movie, eat your favorite food the next day, try a different style of makeup, try out different outfits. Do things that make you feel like you're in touch with yourself. I have lined my waterline using the Kajal, and as you can see, it really makes my eyes pop. Our next step is blush. So I'll be using the brownish shade over here. So one of the best things I did during my healing period was that I stopped talking to people. Like, I would not speak to anyone who would not give me like a good energy, who would not check upon me. So once I started cutting people off and being more by myself, the amount of gossip and drama in my life reduced drastically, and once that happened, I felt so at peace. I felt so nice. So I had cut people off. I had stopped giving attention to drama, giving my energy to people who wouldn't, care about me. I started doing things every day for myself that made me feel good about myself, that made me feel happy. And I also started doing mirror work, where I would just look in the mirror and have a conversation with myself for half an hour, 30 minutes. And the conversation doesn't necessarily have to be yourself complimenting you. It could be anything. It could be about day-to-day life, what happened today. It was the amalgamation of these things that really put life in perspective for me. Next step, mascara from Mars. So when I really, just became, I would say, involved in myself, where all my focus and my attention went to me, you will realize that when you do that, life really changes for you. I would start investing more in myself, more time to my hobbies, more time to my knowledge, more time for myself, more time to exercise, more time to be a better version of myself. If you're in your early 20s or if you're in your late teens, you need to give at least 1 or 2 months in your life where you just do you, where you don't hang out with people much. If you're in college or in high school, you just go to classes, come back home and just do you. You just focus on the shows you're watching, on the books you're reading, on your assignments, on your family. And when you just give yourself that 2 months of time where your life is just all about what you want, that will give you a level of confidence, that will give you a level of composure, a level of self-love that nothing in life can beat. There is no better feeling than that. Our next step is lip liner. So I'm using Swiss Beauty's Burgundy 09. Our next step is lipstick. So I have this lip tint that I bought from Zudio. So it's the shade Black Cherry and I love this shade. Look at it. I love it. This is what it looks like. It's a very nice cherry red and I love it. And it's very moisturizing. It has a little, glossy look. I love it. So the last step that we have is highlighter. Because I think unless and until I do highlighter, my makeup kind of feels like something's missing. So for my highlighter, I'll go back to my makeup palette. And there is this beautiful rose gold champagne shade that I really love. And I'm using a very tiny brush for it. So when you spend those 2 months, which I'm hoping you do, which I really, really recommend, for yourself, where you're just, just focusing on yourself, falling in love with yourself all over again. So after that, your energy shifts. Like we were talking about that girl energy, right? How the energy is more important than how you look. That is how you get that energy. Once you get that energy, once you have that shift in your mindset, you get so many unexpected blessings. I've had so many miracles, so many wishes of mine, desires of mine just come and just fall into my lap, literally, because I wanted it to happen and because I loved myself so much and because I invested so much in myself, the universe started doing the same. So guys, this is the final look. I've done a little bit of smoky eyes with a little bit of pop of color. So in today's video, we broke down the that girl makeup look plus mindset. So I hope this video resonated with you and added something of value for you. And if you want me to make a series out of this next, I'm thinking of decoding the it girl mindset. So if you would like me to do that, please let me know in the comment section below. See you in the next